If you find that you are unable to properly digest duck meat, you may be lactose intolerant. Welcome to the stream. Happy Sunday, and thank you for being here tonight, my friends. Hope you have had a fantastic weekend and that your week is getting off to a good start. We are going to go back to Windswept again tonight. I had said that I was expecting to play Disaster Report, but I had a bit of a long day, and this was already set up to play, so I think we're just gonna... I think I'm better off just spending another night here instead. So, thank you for being here. We've got Pokemon's first in chat tonight. We've got Lucent Jelly. We've got a handful of lurkers. Welcome in all. Hope you are well. Let's go ahead and get my big head out of the way. And we will try to get right into the game. Probably only 2 streams this week, tonight, and I hope to also do one on Tuesday, and that will be it until after the Thanksgiving holiday. I already know I'm gonna be too busy with that, so we're just gonna go ahead and say we're gonna try and do our traditional janky plug-and-play stream on Tuesday. And then that'll be it until after Thanksgiving. After the Thanksgiving weekend. So maybe Sunday, a week from today, but probably Tuesday after that will be our return stream. And I'm very much feeling at the moment like I'd really like to play some Christmassy games. So, I'm going to have to look and see what I can find. Let's get our artwork out of the way. Back to the game. And, oh yeah. I left off on a difficult level where there's a collectible I haven't found. This is not the best way to get back into the game. Oh no. Woo! I didn't think I was going to make that. Alright, so, I mean, maybe if I look around with a fresh set of eyes, I'll see something I couldn't see before. That's unfortunate. You can't break through that? I think I knew that. Rip. No. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. Maybe I won't. I'm not exactly sure why these stars are lined up like they are. Did that break that open? Oh, nice. Hey, we found it. I thought I tried that before. Alright, well that's very good. Oh yeah, Jelly is making reference there. So Pokemon's asked how the little man is doing, and Jelly said he's a new kind of mobile, and that's a reference. Baby Man has been walking for a while now, and yeah, I've definitely mentioned it on the stream, so it's not really new news. Hey Kusarigama, welcome in. Hope you are well tonight. No. Sorry, we got the thing. All we have to do is get out of the level. I don't even know if I'm required to complete the level to preserve my collectible. Sometimes you can back out and you still get it. But I guess it's better practice to finish it anyway. And kind of a tough level, so maybe a good one to warm up on? I don't know. I said earlier that it was a bad one to warm up on because it was tough. Now I'm saying the opposite. Yeah, he's almost 14 months. And yeah, he's not great at walking. He can walk unsupported, but he tends to get excited and lose his balance when he does. And he's not fully grasped the idea of being aware of where he sets his foot down. So he tends to slip and stumble over things. All part of the process, right? All part of the way we learn. Hey, Shadowplay, welcome in. I'm at 432 months, but I'm a big boy now, Pokemon says. Next thing you know, he'll be driving, hopefully with supervision. I couldn't backseat him like that. Oh. Nice. I thought I was, doomed. Let's go. Did you see the movie Baby's Day Out? Yeah, I have seen that one. I've seen that one a couple times over the course of my life. Let's go. I feel like that movie's okay. I don't think if you haven't seen it that it's anything that you really need to rush out for, but I think it's probably at least mildly better than its reputation. I don't know. I feel like it doesn't have much of a reputation. Hey, thank you for the trophy, Kasarigama. My chat window is so small. I had to click on the emote to open it up for a closer look. Just trying to decide what we want to do next. I should do this level. But those levels I have learned are very, very tough. Two, 3. Alright. Let me go to World 2-3 and look around again to see if I can find a cartridge. So that should be this one. When I bemoan the fact that a level is tough, or that I anticipate it to be tough, have no fear. I definitely plan on doing everything. It's just a matter of what order we do things in. Oh, no, come on. He respawned? Bogus. I see. But no. Alright, hang on. I'm feeling confident. I think I know what I have to do. That's one athletic turtle. Your moveset is very similar, though I don't think identical to the moveset from DKC2. Let's go. Cartridge acquired. Oh no, I jumped right on top of that enemy. One thing, you have a ground pound in this. I don't recall having a ground pound in DKC2. The whole game is, it's like an homage to DKC2. It's very similar in its gameplay, which was the thing that inspired me to check it out. I was in another stream chat and someone mentioned this game and I didn't recognize the title, so I did a quick search for it, and the first sentence that I read about it said that it was inspired by DKC2, and I was like, you know what, that's enough to make me play it. I'm not even, I think that's a great game, but I'm not, a super fan of it. It's just that I also played a game called Kaze and the Wild Masks, which was another indie game that was inspired by DKC2, and that one was an overwhelmingly positive experience, and so... Because of that, and now this, I think I will probably play... I think it'd be very easy to sell me on any game that's a indie game inspired by DKC2. That's the hardest of the trilogy. Yeah, I still haven't played 3. I played the first world of 3, but I didn't get any further than that because I had technical difficulties. DKC1 is my favorite SNES game, Shadowplay says, and yeah, I actually prefer 1 over 2. I think that 2 is probably objectively the better game. I'm willing to concede that, but I like 1 a lot more, personally. And that could largely just be because it's the only one that I played as a kid, so I have nostalgia for it, but... Maybe not. No! That was the worst. That was the worst thing I could have done. Then Metal Gear Solid is an indie game modeled after DKC2. Oh, well, say no more. Metal Gear Solid is a game that a couple people... I think I will try and play it at some point. I do want to try and give it a go. But that's a game that, a lot of people over the years have mentioned, they'd be excited to see me play. And I really think that's gonna be a wishing on a monkey's paw sort of situation. When I finally do, I think everyone who wanted me to play it is really gonna regret their enthusiasm for my playthrough. I think I'm gonna let a lot of people down. Oh, but that's the thing, Pokemons. I never skip dialogue and cutscenes. I hate dialogue and cutscenes, but I never skip them. Right, that's part of the mission, is I have to experience all the content. I can't just skip over content. I mean, sometimes I skip over video game content if I fail to discover it. But I don't intentionally like to skip over content. Spoonblazer, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. There's a little guy on the right side of my screen. Where? That guy. He's the worst part of the stream. If I could do something about him, I would. Let's see what this cartridge gets us. I think that I'm gonna start when I do eventually work my way up to. I think he's the best part of this stream, but thank you, Spoonblazer, very kind. When I do decide to eventually play a Metal Gear game, though, I want to try and play the NES game, and I want to try and play the Game Boy Color game. I'm going to play one or both of those first. I don't know when or in what order. And then I will try and play the PlayStation Metal Gear Solid. We actually did play the Twin Snakes on the stream for about 3 hours, like 3 or 4 years ago. I think that's in the archive on YouTube. I don't recommend watching it. It was horrific. It was a terrible experience. It was 3 hours of me failing to do anything. Oh, no, did you see that? You can hit the stools that are in front of the consoles and they spin. Can I hit this guy? I probably shouldn't, because I think he's supposed to be a friend, but I don't think so. Why the NES version? Try it on the MSX. Well, I don't own an MSX. I own an NES. Alright, let's see what this is. You found a new minigame. It's a rat with a carrot. It's a care rat. Oh, I see. It's like a, Oh, I see. Oh, I hope I don't have to 100% this. It looks like I do. Well, this is gonna be a journey. Oh no. Oh no. I could have saved that. It's gonna be a while. Why is this part going wrong for me? Okay, we'll worry about how to deal with that pepper situation later. Hey Derek, welcome in. Hope you're well tonight. We found a mini game. Oops. Got off work early, that's a plus, right on. I was saying before, I had planned on going back to Disaster Report tonight, but I had a very off day today, and it was just it was easier to just go back to this since I already had it set up. So we will try and finish up Disaster Report, but might be a little while now. I don't like picking up the carrot here. It makes this part too difficult. Ooh, that's ugly. Oh, it's very ugly. Finally watched Wicked. I was curious about it. Everyone was saying how good it was. I don't know what movie they watched, but I was not impressed, Derek says. Sorry to hear that. No! That was an unsalvageable situation anyway. I wonder if 100%ing this is even possible. It must be, but... right now it feels pretty easy to feel like it's not. To tell myself it's not. Oh, look at all those! It was well made, acting was good, the songs were okay. I really like the last song for the finale. I haven't heard any of the music from it. I read like a chapter or two of the book like 10 years ago. It was a really long time ago. I read a very short amount of the book and I was like, I don't think this is for me. I'm sure everyone's figured this out, but just in case you haven't, this is a minecart stage. It's a auto runner. That's why I'm having such a hard time. I'll watch the second to see how it concludes, Derek says, but I don't expect much. Hopefully you'll be pleasantly surprised. Hey, Mahira, welcome in. I didn't figure that out. Well, I mean, you're you know, you don't have the controller in your hand, so, and my gameplay is so bad either way that I don't blame you for not being able to tell. There we go. I don't like that part. I don't like that part at all. I'm just fried. Oh. Oh, you get to a certain point with those where, if you fail enough times in the right way, then progress becomes impossible because the things don't come back. There we go. I don't know what to do about that one that's there. Well, that's one way to get it, but that precludes me from... Oh. Oh, maybe that's how you do it. I don't know. No, that doesn't do it either? I'm not sure about that part. Love the Wizard of Oz classic movie. Yes, I have seen the insane sequel, Return to Oz. Oh, I love both of those. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of both the original Wizard of Oz movie and Return to Oz. I think Return to Oz is great. I saw Return to Oz when I was like in kindergarten. They played it at school, and I don't know why. I don't remember what was going on. It was something where like it was some kind of day. They had a bunch of different activities going on, and you could like choose what to do. And in one classroom, they were playing Return to Oz, and that's where I chose to hang out. And I watched that movie, and then like for years, I couldn't remember if that was a real experience or something I dreamed. It was so surreal. I think it gave me nightmares too. I feel like I can vaguely remember having a nightmare that's really similar to the part where um, the Gnome King has Dorothy trapped in that room. She has to figure out what objects her friends have been transformed into. Something like that. I think I had a nightmare that was real similar to that when I was a kid. I'm gonna watch Good Boy tomorrow, Mile High Roll says. I don't think I've heard of that one. I want to see that too, Derek says. Don't know if I'm gonna care for it being so weird. Return to Oz is a fever dream. Oz the Great and Powerful. No, I haven't seen that one. I don't know. I've seen The Wiz. I saw part of the Muppet Wizard of Oz. I don't think I've seen the whole thing. I remember a Wizard of Oz animated series from when I was a kid. I haven't really seen a lot of like newer kind of Oz stuff. It's a horror movie if a dog is the main character. I think I heard about that one. But the dog is a good boy, so it's the opposite of Cujo. Which I haven't seen either, but I know vaguely by reputation. Welcome in, EpiPen. Thank you for joining us. Cujo's a good movie, though, Derek says. Hey, I've never seen it. Oh, I'm in big trouble. I may live to regret finding this mini game. worry about how to get down there later, I suppose. Oh, yeah. What? Alright, well that was more than we'd ever seen. Ah, 100% Arkham Knight tonight, EpiPen says. GG's EpiPen, well done. That's not easy, Mile High Roll says. Derek says, I want to read the original novel of The Wizard of Oz. I hear it's pretty dark. I read, maybe about half of it. I read a good portion of it. I was part of a group. We were reading to people in like an elderly care home every other week or so, and that was I was reading from that book as part of that project, but we ended up we stopped doing it. It was when I lived in Houston, and I think it was because of the hurricane that we stopped, and so I never finished the book because I was only reading it during that. I don't remember if any of the material from the portion that I read struck me as particularly dark. That right there is not... So I might not have made it far enough into the story to get a proper feel for it. Okay. Situation was salvageable. What? Why am I? Nope, but... Hey, Greg, welcome in. Pleasure to have you with us. What's your favorite book? Oh, I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Mile High Roll. I'm not sure. I just finished rereading The Hobbit earlier today. I couldn't remember if it was today or yesterday. Nice. Love Lord of the Rings. Yeah, and that was the thing, was I was thinking I would read all 4 of them, because I haven't reread the whole Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. I haven't done a complete reread since high school. But I'm finding less time to read these days, so I don't know. I don't know how long it's gonna take me. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to get through all 4, but I made it through The Hobbit. Hey, Zergling, welcome in. Hope you are well tonight. Always a short read. Surprisingly, not really. It's particularly for a piece of, for what's supposed to be like a children's novel, right? But he just got the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit series. Excellent. Derek says Dune for favorite book. I've never read that one. I've said many times you're the Tom Bombadil of Twitch, Mile Hyrule says. That's far too kind, Mile Hyrule. Woo. I have all 4 books in a pocket-sized collection, but haven't read them lately, Greg says. Let's go! I actually did that part the way you're supposed to. I'm never gonna remember how I did that. Oh. I see. Oops. I'm stuck here forever now. Well, that's interesting. Hey, good board jams, welcome in. Thank you for the 3-stream streak. Oh, yeah. Hey, let's go! Well, I didn't do it in one life, but... I never said that was part of the challenge, either. I'm gonna take that. Alright, let me catch up a bit. Derek says, even though I didn't care for Wicked, I like some musicals like Rocky Horror and Sweeney Todd. Howard says Repo is the best musical. Hands down, not even close. Circling says, had to make a bad pun, decided to make 9-pound beef roast recently. Finding numerous ways to eat it. Tonight was fajitas seasoned with shredded beef chimichangas. Fajitas I'm quite the fan of. I've never had a chimichanga. Doing good, Board Jam says. Good to hear. Thank you for the GGs. What is my favorite musical? Maybe, maybe Once More with Feeling from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Most people wouldn't call what I make fajitas either. I just love using the fajita seasoning instead of the taco seasoning. Alright, I guess we'll go here. Is this going to be the whole level? Is going to be this? I made it pretty far. It was pretty good for a first attempt. Aww. I don't know if you've ever watched, if you have the DVD of Repo Mile Hyrule, I don't know if you've ever watched it with the subtitles turned on, but as I recall, there's a few places in that movie where the subtitles are hilariously wrong. Yeah. They're just, well, like there's one of them, there's where the line is something like, I'll make your mama mourn you, and the subtitle reads, I'll make your mama boil you. Like, they just completely the wrong word is put in. There's another one that I can think of, but I can't say it on stream, so, because I like to keep my language not that R-rated. Hey Tommy, welcome in. Hopefully that's every copy of the DVD. I'd hate for you to waste the time and then find out I'm incorrect because I just have a particularly cursed edition. taking my magnesium and fat intake a lot more seriously lately, Zergling says. I had 2 nights last week. I literally couldn't sleep. Bad times. Bad times indeed. I don't know that I possess the awareness to know magnesium or fats, like, effects on me. Oh, what am I doing? I'm surprised you've seen it. It's more of a cult movie. Well, I just mentioned Buffy the Vampire Slayer, right? And the guy in Repo is he was a main cast member in most of the seasons of that show. Tony Head, I think, was his name. Hey, we have a raid coming in. Sots, thank you for the raid. Welcome to Windswept. I hope you had a fantastic stream tonight. Oh, it says you're playing Okami. I'd like to play that one. I think that game looks really cool. I hope you're having a good time with it. Enigma Wave, welcome in. Thank you for coming along. Harold says they did another musical called The Devil's Carnival. It was not as good. That one I don't know. I had no deal he was in Buffy. Yeah, he plays like the mentor character. He's like the librarian in their school, but he's Buffy's watcher. He's responsible for training her. Isn't like I have a perfect plan for them worked out, Zergling says. Just going to make sure I have plenty of each. Let's see if I sleep 7 out of 7 days this week. That's a good minimum to aim for. This looks cool. Yeah, this is it's a newer indie game. I think it came out very recently. It's heavily inspired by Donkey Kong Country 2 and its gameplay, which was basically the only thing I knew about it going in. It looks really good. So far, it's a lot of fun to play, and it's frequently brutally difficult. I'm on like a bonus stage, and I've played one of these so far. The first bonus stage was a kaleidoscope of agony, and so this one will probably be just as horrific, but the bonus stages are really, really tough. So you might have come into a rough part, but generally so far the game has not been agonizingly difficult. Just these bonus stages are pretty tough. The regular stages are very doable. Couldn't be rougher than Dragon Slayer. I don't know whether or not that's a reference to Dragon. That's supposed to be Dragon's Lair. If we're talking about a game I've been suffering with, I've been playing Dragon's Lair. Okami is so good, Derek says. I've not seen Repo. Based on the musicals that you said you liked, Derek, you'd probably like Repo as well. Did you play Doom 64 at some point? I've been playing Quake 2 for N64 lately, so I haven't played either of the Quakes for N64. I have played about a third of Doom 64. We were working on it. Off and on the stream for a while, and I just kind of forgot about it. I didn't intentionally abandon it, but I did kind of accidentally abandon it. I had fun playing it for the most part. I'm really bad at it. I spend a lot of time on those levels. Yeah, Dragon Slayer. Yeah. No, that's the thing is like this is brutal, but it's fun. So Dragon Slayer is brutal, but just also miserable. So there's no upside to playing that. Like this I suffer a lot with, but it's all worth it. It's mostly worth it. Quake 2 is quite good as well. Not perfect by any means, but playable. Medium difficulties making you wish you making you wish you were on easy sometimes. Not quick at controller-based shooters. I don't remember if Doom 64 had a difficulty selector. If it did, I was certainly on just normal difficulty. Oh no, I missed the letter. To make sure I do everything out of order, I can do Quake 2, then Doom 64, then Quake 1. Oh, that part there. Oh, ho, ho, I see. It really matters, like, which side of the enemy you're on, like... At least it sure seems to. Like, where you land on the enemy makes a very big difference, so I always want to hang toward the far edges and... I think that's mandatory for getting that record. I think you have to be stacked all the way there. Oh no. I've already failed. Oh, this next section is going to be horrific, isn't it? Oh. Oh. No. Greg says, playing Dragon Quest 1 HD Remake. Gotta say, in regard to what you said about this game earlier, brutally difficult are two words that do not entice me to play a game. I know I'm outnumbered on that one. Well, most of the game isn't like that, though, just to be clear. It's really just the bonus stages that I would describe as being brutally difficult. The regular game is all quite reasonable. So, if you did want to give it a go, just know that the most I mean, I haven't played the whole game yet, but so far the most frustratingly difficult parts of the game are optional. The regular stages have all been quite reasonable so far. The last boss stage was kind of challenging, but the boss was real easy, but the stage leading up to the boss was kind of challenging. But even that, it wasn't the worst thing ever. It's a nice throwback to the SNES games graphically. Yeah, I like this, modern pixel art style. It's like... It's odd because, it's simultaneously more and less advanced than, SNES graphics, right? Well, you don't have to worry about that. I don't think that any of bad camera, stiff controls, and jank RNG, I would say, are not factors in this. The stuff in this game that's difficult is difficult because it has to be done in a very precise way. There's only one correct way to do everything, and until you learn what that is and execute it. You're gonna be stuck for a while. Difficulty from rude traps. Yeah, the Dragon's Lair model. Thinking of that game again. Definitely the worst. What? I had a scary dream last night. I kept finding little candies and I couldn't stop eating them. I don't know if I've had any, I don't know if I've ever had a food-related nightmare, which is weird, considering there's so many foods I'm terrified of. I've had body parts turn into foods and eat them in dreams. Oh my goodness. I hope I get that, Myral says. There's a short story by Stephen King about a guy trapped on a deserted island. That's kind of the plot. No. Oh, I could have salvaged that, actually. No, I missed. I'll never catch up. I don't fully... Part of my difficulty here is not fully knowing how to get the best momentum. Because I make jumps that feel really similar sometimes and get momentum from them that feels not. And I know that the issue lies in my execution, but I don't know how to fix it. Well, this first jump right here, I know which bee I want to jump off of, and I know where I want to hit, but I mean, there's even a star to indicate it, but I just don't feel like I always go as far as I expect to. I'm not sure at all what to do about those 3 bees right before the dragonflies. Oh, I knew this was going to be tough going in, and it's even tougher than I expected. The boggy cop pop out of is very Kirby's Adventure. I guess I'm wearing the right beanie for tonight. Which, I mean, I know I'm too small for any detail to come through, but I'm wearing a Kirby beanie. I played through Kirby's Adventure on the stream, and we did a 100% playthrough of that game, and I feel like I remember really liking it, but We played through it so quickly that I don't really feel like I remember a lot of detail from it. Very worth replaying. I wonder what percentage of the, like, secret areas I would struggle to re-find. Found an AI stream in the retro category, Derek says. I don't think I've ever come across a stream yet that I thought was AI, but I would not be surprised. I've got some Kirby games on the GBA, I think, that will be the next Kirby thing that I play. I think I've got two. I think there are 2 Kirby games on the GBA. I asked, what game are you playing? And she said, wouldn't you like to know? Yeah, one of them's a remake of Kirby's Adventure. Not as good in my opinion, Sat says. Maybe that will be a good reason to go back and play the original one then. After I do the GBA one. Maybe I'll do another run through Kirby's Adventure and get an appreciation for how they compare. Because it's a pretty, like, I think it only took me, my first playthrough, we did 100%, I think it only took 2 nights. It was pretty, it's pretty quick, so a replay wouldn't be that bad. Kirby's Dream Land 2 only took me 1 night, but it was a, it was a crucible of agony, unlike anything I've ever been through. It completely obliterated my entire being and rebuilt me in that 1 night. That game. Highly recommend it. If you haven't played Kirby's Dream Land 2, I highly recommend playing Kirby's Dream Land 2. Commit to beating it in one sitting and play it completely blind. And, I mean, by commit to beating it, I mean get the true ending. And then you can be completely out of your mind, just like I am. Oh, the red bees are unbreakable. I know I'm going to have to get through this whole section without using that double jump. Because there's going to be something I'm going to have to save it until the end for, I'm sure. Ah, we were so close. This kind of game seems well suited to you. This is the kind of game I like. Very much. This is like, yeah, this is like my favorite kind of gaming experience. Is stuff just like this. I'm not consistently doing great, but I'm consistently doing okay now. I think. Oh, the dust particles from those balloon riding mice, they don't stay where the mice spawn at. Like it looks like you should be able to use that dust to know where the next one's going to come in from, and if you aim for the dust, you will miss every time. I don't know if it's like an issue of like it's wind. There's wind in the game. That's what I couldn't figure out if they were moving with the wind or if they were moving with the camera. that was almost it. I need to go under that black hole so that I can get that cloud. I really need to figure out this first part. If I were slightly more talented at video games, and by slightly I mean a lot more talented, then like I would be tempted to say like I should play more like Kaizo type games and hacks, right? Because it's basically the same experience, isn't it? Where you're just stuck at a checkpoint for 1,000 years trying to memorize how to perfectly execute a series of nightmares. The difference is I don't have the talent to perform the final execution to get through games like that. I have the patience to sit here and play it for 100 hours, but I don't have the talent to actually string it all together in a victory at the end. Watched a cool Super Metroid speedrun. Reversed bosses. No out-of-bounds glitches allowed. Glitches were needed, but they couldn't exploit memory either, though. I don't know enough about Super Metroid to really understand what that run would be like. I've only done a single playthrough of Super Metroid. So while I think very highly of the game, I don't have a lot of specifics about it at hand in my brain. Let's go! Yeah, we're gonna be here a while too. I think I understand what they want me to do here at the start, but I really don't want to do it that way if I can avoid it. Aw. They really didn't need to put that guy with the shield there. How is this not just more content from Super Mario Maker? I was thinking about that. When I just mentioned, like, the thought of playing, like, Kaizo type stuff, like, we don't really do Mario Maker on the stream, but I'm a big fan of it. I don't know what to do about that situation there. That seems rather impossible to me. I really wish it didn't bother to put up this try again question every single time, because all that is for me is an opportunity to hit the wrong button and back out, and then be stuck. Having to get back here again. That right there doesn't seem doable to me. I don't really know what it wants from me over there. My choices seem to be... My choices over there seem to be that I can miss a coin or I can get hit by a cannonball. But it doesn't seem like... It doesn't seem like I can get by without one of those two things happening. Oh, I'm filled with regret. My stomach is rumbling quite a bit, which I don't understand why. I had a gigantic dinner. How could I be hungry? Why? Why does that not line up over there? That right there is the part that I keep worrying about. Like, the furthest part where I've made it, I don't see anything or any way around that cannonball. No! Bogus. I missed a thing, so... Success won't even be success. Oh, I despise that mouse up top there. It's got the worst placement and the worst timing to have to deal with. Come on. I'd love for it to have a little attempt counter on the screen right now. No! Oh, I forgot about that move. I got a whole move I forgot I had. It doesn't really help the situation that I'm in here, but... Oh, I'm supposed to be going to that barrel. Oh, I know I'm gonna get it. It's just a question of how many more times do I have to live through that death music. It's not a question of will it happen. It's a question of when. I guess the same thing was true for Jump King, right? And that perspective was not always very helpful. No, I missed. Xylophone of death. Oh. Welcome in. Is that Sawedo? Sawedo? When I mess up in a lot of areas here, it feels like, well, there wasn't really much I could have done otherwise. Like, you know, like if you end up a little bit off in one part, then failure kind of becomes inevitable. So, but then toward the end there, where it's just jump on that bee, and then I missed that. Like, I had a fresh start, and I didn't have any disadvantage, like going into messing up that jump. So it's a significantly worse blunder than dying anywhere else. In other places, it's like, well, that death was the result of several micro errors that compounded, but missing that V is just one gigantic error all at once. And I did it again. It should be the simplest thing. Cool, I missed one of them. It's just devastating. Oh. At least I don't have one of those rats with the spike wheel to deal with. if I want to like count my silver linings that I could at least reflect on. As bad as this might be going for me, at least I'm not dealing with my least favorite enemy at the same time. I should have gone. No, I overshot. I haven't used that move all night. That's the one I said I forgot about before. Is that I can do a third jump. If you use the ground pound, right? Jumping up into this particular rat and or its cannonball is the most miserable way to die here. Kind of a slow start there. That's not surprising. There is no way to die here that I have not discovered. I have seen every possible permutation of a failure. I like that the music continues. I hadn't even noticed, but yeah. I think the composer must have demanded that the devs implement that because no one would get to hear the overwhelming majority of the song that they worked on. That's a new PB. No, I don't even know what I was supposed to do differently. I don't understand the ending. Ah, you got this. Thank you for the vote of confidence. Surely, I'll get it worked out. I know I missed a thing, but... I don't know if I can do that any differently at the end there. Don't tell me I need to carry a bullet with me that whole way. That would be awful. Oh, oops. That gives me an idea. Don't call me Shirley. No, I did the right thing, but I did it wrong. Oh. Oh, finally. My goodness. That was brutal. No, why'd you put me down on the thing? Ah! That's so rude that they did that to me. They put me down on the exit, which meant I couldn't pick up the last collectible. It's so rude. Now I have to do this whole thing again. I forgot to stack my characters. This whole stream tonight is just gonna be this one level. I'm never gonna be free of it. So many of these jumps are spread so far apart that if you don't land on the extreme outermost edge of the enemy's hitbox, you almost won't make the distance. That was a bad way to do that, because I really wanted to save that jump for over here. Ugh. Okay, I don't really know what to do differently about this, because it seemed like if I'm not going into that mini game, I don't know where I'm going. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. No, don't put me in here. Alright, what happens if I say no? That's what I needed. Alright. Oh, I think I'm done with the level. That should be all the collectibles for that one. My goodness. What a nightmare. So there's also a thing back here that I didn't collect. -3 we should go and look into again. One, two, three. Yeah, I feel like I looked at this pretty thoroughly, but I understood the game a little less well too, so... I don't really think the situation would be that it's just hidden behind the trees. But if it is, I don't want to be the bonehead that didn't look. Oops. I meant to not grab that. Alright, well, I don't think it's behind the flower over there. I actually haven't played Turtles 1 on the NES. I know the part that you're referring to, but I haven't ever played it myself. I've only played the second one, which was horrifically difficult. That game took me ages to beat. When we finally did, though, I got really lucky and I managed the run in a single credit, so I don't feel like I ever have to play the game again. It's nice to get the a first clear and like a challenge completed like at the same time. And with a game that's that, like, horrifically difficult, and then feel just permanently released from it. That doesn't happen often enough. So the thing about this is, I feel like I've done this. I know I've done this before. That was about the worst. So I think that this is indicating this wall is breakable, but I think I've broken that before. So I don't know why. If I'm right that I have broken that before, then I'm not sure why I wasn't able to get the thing if I did. I mean, it would help if I weren't going as, like, slow as you can possibly go. There we go. I'm pretty sure I let the guy despawn by getting away from me. I was trying and trying to switch characters because I knew this one was faster. I just couldn't remember what button it was on. Oh my goodness. Oh. So that's a problem. He doesn't sink. There we go. That's why I didn't get it before. I didn't know I could push him underwater. Okay, now we got it. Let's go. So yeah, last time we did do that before, but when I saw him going back and forth on the top of the water, I thought there was nothing there. I didn't yet understand that the stars sometimes indicate breakable walls. Alright, so that gets us a new bonus game. We already did that one. Frogger. It's Jump King. Let's go. No rip. I mean, falling into the water seems like a survivable situation for me. Rough. 300? There are 300 collectibles in this minigame? That's disgusting. I really dislike a situation, right, where enemies spawn in on one side of the screen and they're running across, and then they run off like the far side of the screen, and then a little while later they spawn back in on the opposite side of the screen. I was a little not cautious here with the alligators before, because my assumption was that the alligators were going to be timed, and I would have to, if I didn't leave them quickly enough, that they would open their mouth and dump me into the water and I would die. That's, I thought that was the situation I was dealing with there. I realized that bird way too late. Oh, this is gonna be so tough to 100%. The second mini game that we unlocked was way better. Let's go. No! I timed that first one so perfectly, and the second one should have been way easier, and I timed it so poorly. Ooh, I felt like I was gonna overshoot that. There's an upward path, too, I need to figure out how to take. That's not good. Off to a good start. I don't know what I'm going to do about that upward path where those guys roll those stones. Situation seems insurmountable. They really want you to bounce off this bee here, but because you're collecting your hitbox for grabbing these moons is pretty generous. How they intend you to do things is... Oh. It's obvious how they want you to do that. Let's go. The timing there was unfortunate. Well, you know, because the enemies don't respawn, I've kind of created a really yucky situation there now. Some spots here, if you don't first try, then there's really not a whole lot you can do. That was a fantastic new high score, though, thanks to all those ones up at the top. And learning how to get those puts us in a much better spot. So, all is not bad. No. Get back here. We were talking about books earlier. I mentioned I finished rereading The Hobbit earlier today, and before I ever read The Hobbit, I saw the Rankin and Bass, the animated film from the 70s. That was a favorite of mine when I was younger, and I really liked that. I really liked that movie so much so that I had taken the I ran my VCR into a cassette player, and I recorded the audio of the film onto cassette tapes so I could listen to it. But the scene where Bilbo goes in to talk to Smaug for the first time, and well, it's his second time going in there, but the first time he talks with him, and he's sort of riddling about who he is, rather than giving a straight answer. I really like that scene, and it's almost verbatim from the book, and I can't read that passage in the book without hearing the lines exactly as they're delivered in that film. Nice. No. This is a lot like Jump King. I feel some of that old familiar tension. No. Oh no. Oh, why? They've made it so difficult. We're so far along and doing so well. I don't want to have to do everything again. No. Oh, that's brutal. Let's go. The timing there I'm real bad at. Well, this is... Now they're basically in sync. Like, this is so much better. There would be if I could get into position. All my lives going away. No. That's a shame. Oh, I thought I was gonna die right at the end. Oh my. No. Oh, no. That was sad. Okay, so I think that crown is the goal. I actually don't want to get it. No! What's going on? The camera's broken. The game broke. Look at what it's done to me. I got all the things and it... Rarely have I ever been so mistreated. Well, we got all the things, but we didn't actually beat it. I'm very unhappy. Nice game, yeah. I'm pretty upset. I'm pretty upset by that. I really don't want to do this again. Ooh. I was timing those out very dangerously. I feel like I might have missed a collectible along the way here. Ooh, Big Evil, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Pleasure to have you with us tonight. It's been a while. I hope you've been doing well. Welcome to Windswept. It's this indie game. It's very Donkey Kong Country 2 inspired. It's very, very good. What I'm doing right now is not the main game. This is a mini game within the game, which is kind of a... It's kind of a Jump King simulator. We got this very janky frog that we play as here. And I'm a little annoyed because I just beat this minigame, and the game, well, I essentially beat it. I was one jump away from the end, and then the camera messed up, and I got robbed of my victory. And so now I have to do the whole thing again. I don't know if I'm up to the challenge. Demon Souls. Hope that's been going well for you. Been busy with life. I definitely understand that. Yeah, I definitely messed up and missed some collectibles. But it is what it is. No. I just had to hit that guy the wrong way, didn't I? Oh. Let's go. I was not expecting to grab all of those in one clean pass like that. No! Ah, I knew he was there, I just couldn't jump fast enough. I'm real bad at that jump. I don't know, my friends. I don't think I'm gonna make it this time either. Oh, victory. Oh, that's brutal. Brutal. Alright. We're finally caught up. We're finally caught up now, I think. We've gotten all the collectibles of Skip so far. Except one thing we could be missing is some of these records. It doesn't... It doesn't tell you as you're playing. There's not a checklist. There's not a convenient checklist for the records. You have to know the names of all the stages and come here and manually look here and then run through your mental checklist of all the stages, I think. I don't know. We'll worry about the records later, though. I don't know how to get over there to the left yet. Alright, so like I said, all caught up, a new world. Got probably time for a stage or two here before we wrap things up. Ice worlds tend to be among my favorites. Okay, it looks like we get a new buddy here. The slowdown, my goodness. Alright, so the dog auto runs. This is now the second auto-running stage that we've come to tonight. Alright, I was trying to see if that would hurt the enemy. That was actually an intentional experiment. Oh, it probably would have. Nope, that didn't work. I thought if we were doing the charge. This is not a great stage. What? This doesn't run very well. It's actually doing a little better now. There it was until I said something. This is so unnecessarily difficult. No. Oh, we did it. Never mind. I was saying no, but it all worked out. I don't even know if I wanted to hit that checkpoint. That could have been a bad idea. Yeah, a classic SG&G experience. No, there was a thing down there. Unfortunately, yeah, this stage is not super well put together. It, runs extremely poorly. Between the insane camera glitch that we just experienced and the super poor performance of this level, like, things are really turning quite pear-shaped in this game. Oh, my instinct was kind of right. The thing was over there. Alright, well, I'm just gonna leave the dog behind for a little while and a little bit more, like, proper game speed exploration. Who eats chicken at 12:30 in the morning? This guy, Pokemon says. I hope it's excellent. We had turkey for dinner tonight. I had turkey and pasta. I just sort of did a pan of ground turkey and spinach. We mixed the noodles in, and I have a kind of Thai basil inspired sauce that I like to throw together. So we tossed it around with that. It was really good. Uh-oh. Okay, this looks not bad. I've already failed. Ooh, that falling part there actually made me feel kind of weightless. uh, Alright, one more collectible and we know kind of where it is. I think it'll be not too horrible to get. Well, it would theoretically be not too horrible to get if it, didn't involve this, horrifically, laggy dog. The music broke. Oh my goodness. Stellar performance. me just double check which stage it is in World 3 that we're going to look for the cartridge on. Okay. One of them is 1, right? The last one. I thought so. I thought one of them was -1 somewhere. I thought it was this one. I thought I saw where it was going to be on that stage, but it's not on that stage, so I don't have to worry about that. Alright, my friends, thank you for being here tonight. That gets us a little sneak peek at this world. I think that's where we're going to wrap things up for tonight, though. We got more done, I think, than it feels like. We didn't do a lot of stages, but the stages we completed were really tough. So, I think it was pretty decent progress, and like I said, we got a sneak peek at this world. I'm not sure when we're going to pick this game back up again. I do want to continue working at completing it, but there's also the issue of after the Thanksgiving holiday. I think I'm going to want to lean a bit heavily into some Christmas theme stuff. I mean, I guess the snow world is appropriate for Christmas time, right? But I don't know. Probably just one stream this week. On Tuesday, we're going to play some janky plug-and-plays. I'll just see kind of semi-randomly what I've got in my great big box of plug-and-play garbage. And hopefully some of them will work, and we'll just play it by ear. But that'll be Tuesday night stream, and then that'll be it for this week. I won't see you again until after Thanksgiving. But if y'all stay with me just another moment, we'll raid out. Let me just see who's live and what they're doing. Doom 64 might have a Krampus, and thus Christmas themed. I don't know if I would hold my breath for that one. Alright, I think I'll send everyone over in the direction of Mr. Suffer. He's actually live playing a retro game I like. It keeps our collectathon theme going because he's working on Banjo-Kazooie. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you Tuesday night, my friends. And that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you for being here. Always appreciate you. Be well until next time. I am fortunate enough to enjoy your company, but we're all done for tonight. It's time to head out. Let's go on an adventure.